welcome to Material Moments brand webinar. We are so excited to spend the next 30 minutes with you learning about design trends, innovation, specification tips, and more from our feature brand partners, Kirei by Carnegie and Mannington Commercial. As a Material Bank member, you have access to their samples overnight. You can sample from over 500 leading brands in a single place, order by midnight Eastern, and receive the very next business morning. And especially on Fridays like today, you can order all the way through Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and receive your samples Monday morning, always free and almost always in a single box. So I'd like to kick off our session today by introducing you to Michael DeTullo from Carnegie. He is the Director of Innovation. Michael, go ahead and take it away for us.
Cool. Thanks, Michelle. It's so awesome to be with you all today. As Michelle said, I'm Director of Innovation for Carnegie, but my background is as an industrial designer. And as someone that designs products, I love working in this category because I love seeing what interior designers and architects like yourselves do with our products and the different ways, creative ways you bring the products to life in the spaces you create. So Kirei was started 21 years ago with the sole purpose to provide sustainable architectural elements. And that was kind of the insight of the company 21 years ago, is how do we bring more sustainable materials into the built environment? Kirei itself is a Japanese word. Initially, the company started by importing some Japanese panel products into the US. And translated, Kirei means loosely beautiful, but also clean, pure, and truthful. And I think that really kind of aligns to basically what our core values are. You know, our goals are to help you to create great spaces, to really focus in on what you need as an interior designer and an architect, and make products that are easy to specify, easy to install, and do that all while caring about the environment. Our kind of tagline since day one is kind of to inspire a beautiful world, and we kind of mean that in both the world that we're building, and just the world as a whole. In 2022, we were acquired by Carnegie. Some of you might be familiar, many of you might be familiar with Carnegie Textiles. Um, just a really beautiful kind of brand overlap. You know, they created, were created to create low VOC and environmental textiles. They have an acoustic division, and so Kirei kind of became a part of that division kind of very neatly, and it's like a very, I don't know. I've been a part of a lot of acquisitions over the last 25 years, and this is the cleanest one I've ever seen. So it's really wonderful to be a part of a bigger family, to be able to bring our products more broadly. Every company has their mission and core values, but for us, it's really a part of kind of every conversation we have around product. And that's, you know, how do we come to everything that we do in a way that's prepared, committed, curious about who we're working with, who we're working for. We're tenacious and driven. You know, there's products that we've been working on for 2, 3, 4 years, and it's like we're not going to launch it until it's just right. And we want to make sure that we're doing right in everything we can, doing right by the environment, doing right by our customers. So what does that all mean to you? What we do is provide beautiful wall, ceiling, and divider screen products, all made from recycled materials in a way that I think brings beauty to a space and then also addresses the acoustics of the space. And we do that by really thinking about the different types of situations our products will be in. We work with a lot of interior designers and architects as a part of our product creation process, because we want to make sure that our products are right for whatever kind of space you might be designing, whether that's an office or in hospitality, education, healthcare, or institutional spaces. Our main product now are all made from recycled PET. What is PET? Basically, it's water bottles, and our products specifically are made from 60% post-consumer waste. So those are bottles that have actually been used and would have ended up in a landfill, um, or maybe downcycled, and we're pulling in those chipped bottles and processing them into panels, and that's where we started with kind of main panel products, and then we have built that out into a much larger product portfolio. And so again, we're really trying to focus on making these products as healthy as possible for the environment, as well as for the people, the end users in the spaces that all are created. So, in addition to being PET, like I said, it's 60% post-consumer recycled, which is always something to look into. It's low VOC and has a Class A fire rating. And then we're really pushing on making sure we get all of as many industry certifications as possible. So again, kind of just make it easier to spec on your end, so it's just better for your projects. Something we're super proud of it. There are a lot of PET suppliers, but I don't think there's any that have as broad as a color spectrum. And we're really particular about our colors. This is a little bit of an older slide. We're closer to 30 options now. And we've kind of filled in some of these colors. So I find a lot of other PET brands, their colors tend to be a little bit more primary or garish. We're really focusing in on these kind of more sophisticated tertiary colors that just through our trend analysis and the feedback we get from interior designers are more what we feel are what you're looking for. And then everything we do is highly customizable. I think of the products as we design a little bit like the back of the Lego box. It's like what you can do with it, but we love working with architects and interior designers on custom installs. This is a custom print example you're seeing here. And we've really in-housed a ton of capabilities so we can do full panel water-based printing, totally custom. We can do custom CNCing to get custom etching or folds. And so we love working with you all to bring special projects to life. And to help facilitate that, as a part of Carnegie, there is a group called Design Services, which is actually a team of designers that can help you kind of do design options. Like you could say, like, hey, I have this feature wall or this ceiling. What are some different types of products I could use here? And they can help you design it out and do some preliminary layouts. Again, our whole goal is to make your life as easy as possible and to support you if you need that. So as I mentioned, kind of the first product we started with are panels. And again, we have all those colors in straight PET acoustic panels to really kind of make a space feel more premium as well as address the acoustics. But that's not where we stop. Um, and we're always kind of trying to push things a little bit further. This is actually a product called the Air Baffle that we worked with Nike on about a year ago. And so it's a PET ceiling baffle, and it's infilled with reground post-consumer Nikes. And that interior reground, obviously, we're removing a lot of material from the landfill that would go to the landfill that Nike is collecting and processing for us. But it specifically helps to target kind of bass waves. So we're increasing the acoustic performance as well. And then even that little window that kind of looks like a Nike air bubble is recycled acrylic. That's an optional window, so you can look into the product if you want to. I mentioned before we have the capabilities to do custom printed panels. We have a collection called Ink, which has, I think, a little bit over 40 prints in it in 4 categories. We have these kind of in the lower right, very kind of mid-century inspired, super graphical prints. In the upper left, we have a biophilic collection that's all these kind of plant-based inspired prints. And then we have 2 material collections. In the upper right is woods. In the up and bottom left, we have stones and concretes. That travertine print is hyper photorealistic, but it's all made out of recycled water bottles. And unlike a travertine tile wall, it's going to reflect sound back at you. It's going to absorb sound. And then we can do those prints not only on panels, but on our products as well. So in the upper left is that Nike Air Baffle with kind of like a reflected water print. We've got a wood print on a hanging screen in the upper right, some baffles with a geometric print, and then on the bottom left, some baffles with a marble print. And then last year, at just before NeoCon, we launched this collection, Tessellate. Again, we're always trying to push things a little bit further. So we come up with a new way to kind of machine and fold the panels so it kind of pops like origami into this beautiful tessellated shape that brings a lot of light play into a space, a lot of really cool geometry. It also increases the acoustic performance, and those come in horizontal baffles as well as these really unique pendants that you can mix in with lighting and just makes for some really great ceiling installs. EchoStar Plus, one of our best-selling products. It's a modular ceiling system that you can be kind of as open or as dense as you want it to be with this really cool, again, kind of similar to the Tessellate collection, these kind of concavities that absorb sound. And then Dash Tiles, another pretty new product. This is a double height tile, so it's very sound absorbent. And you can install it linearly like it is on the left or rotate them like it is on the right. Of course, mixing in with our 30-ish colors, and you can do some really cool installs. When you mix this product with custom printing or custom colors, it's really cool. Texture tile. This is again a 24 millimeter double thick tile. Um, just like the name implies, a ton of texture. This is a wall. We did an install wall of this at NeoCon, and I just loved watching how many designers walked up to this thing and felt it. It's so textural, and it has so much light play, but it also has an incredible acoustic performance. Echo Line is a collection we just expanded a few months ago with 7 new styles. So these are full-size panels that are CNC etched. In the upper left is a panel called Stucco, upper right, Santa Fe. You can see how we're mixing our really precise printing capabilities with the etching capabilities, where we're able to really selectively print exactly where we're etching in that Santa Fe panel, and the stucco panel has those really cool gradients that are then cut through. And then Roman in the lower right, and Crackle, which is almost like a stone in the lower left. More from that collection. Can you stay there for 1 second there, Michelle? Sorry. More from that collection. Cloud City, one of my personal favorites, is kind of like very organic, drippy, repeat pattern that can be, again, selectively printed. So it could be all one color or whatever colors you want can be selectively printed. Braid, super geometric, and Emerald City in the lower right. And then Echo Screen came out the same time as those Echo Line patterns, 7 screens in this collection. And again, you could see that mixing in printing in the upper right with 53 and the lower left with Fizz, printing and cutting all the way through. And then like a really cool, really open screens with Current in the lower right and Coral in the upper left. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can do at Kirei. And again, just wanted to emphasize how much we love working with architects and interior designers and love seeing what you do with our products. So if you need any help, please feel free to reach out to a rep or go to our website to find a rep, because we want to work with you.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was amazing and so beautiful. So we have time for one question. Let me check the chat box for us. So Lewis is asking who your distributor is in Canada or who they can connect with. And if you don't have that offhand, Lewis, I can definitely email you the information after.
Yeah, I know we have reps in Canada. You should be able to just go to the website, to kireiusa.com, and there's a find a rep button in the upper right. And that should take you, that should take care of you right there.
Amazing. Lewis will follow up with you to make sure we get you that information if you're unable to find it. All right, so next up we have Cindy Kaufman from Mannington Commercial. She is the Vice President of Marketing and will be sharing with you another amazing product line. I got a sneak peek of this presentation before we shared it with you all, and these installation images from both of our brand partners are so beautiful and so inspiring. So I hope you leave today with some fresh new ideas and something different that you want to apply to your projects. So Cindy, go ahead and take it away for us.
Thanks, Michelle. Hey, everybody. It's great to be here. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for having me. Again, I'm Cindy. I'm our Vice President of Marketing at Mannington Commercial. Before I started, I just wanted to say that Michael's presentation and Kirei, I thought, was such a great partner brand mix up for the material moment today, because so much of what he was talking about their core values, their sustainability initiatives, really felt like it aligned a lot with Mannington Commercial. We are a much older company. Mannington Commercial is a fifth generation privately held company. We are family owned, and we have been making broad flooring solutions for well over 100 years. Our founding was in 1915 in Salem, New Jersey, and we have been operating under the mission for all of these years to really truly be the best people to do business with in the flooring industry. Mannington, as our parent company, of course, has a residential division, which many people may be familiar with as well. I remember seeing Mannington commercials when I was a little girl, and Mannington Commercial carries on that proud tradition, backed by our amazing family-owned business, and with a long history of innovation and really caring for communities. So our core values, this is what I was thinking about when Michael was talking. Our core values are care, do the right thing, work hard, play hard, and control our own destiny. And really, these are not just words on a page or words on a wall somewhere. These are true feelings that I have felt, and all of our associates feel every single day when we come to work. It's not just that we care about our customers, we care about the industry and working with designers and architects, but we care about the communities that we live and work in. We care about the environment. We, because we are family owned, we are privately held, we do control our own destiny, and we use that control to do the right thing in all of our business practices every single day. And we're proud of that hard work, and we enjoy one another. And these are values that are truly lived at each and every level of our company. One of the things that we're most proud of is that as an American business, the vast majority of all of the products that we make, carpet, resilient sheet, rubber, and over 90% of our LVT is all made right here in the United States. So this is something that we are very, very proud of. We oftentimes bring people to our mill tours and show them our processes. We are committed to the communities where we live and work, and very, very committed to taking care of those communities by always keeping our products made at home in America. Another thing that we are super committed to is not just the environment, but really this idea around transparency. Honesty and transparency are very important to our company. We are honest about the fact that we perhaps are not as far advanced in our environmental efforts as we need to be, but we are fully transparent about that fact and about all of the initiatives that we have undertaken in the last several years and the goals that we've set for ourselves to do better and to continue to fine-tune these efforts as we go. We have declare labels, EPDs, LEED certification, but more recently, we've partnered with the Appalachian Carbon Exchange, and our carbon offsets that we purchase, which a lot of companies do, we purchase right here in the United States in the Appalachian Mountains to support those natural habitats and the areas where we live and work, as opposed to buying inexpensive carbon offsets from overseas. So we're very proud of that partnership. We also recently just signed the UN Global Compact, and we're also very, very proud of that. So as we continue to push our own efforts and push ourselves to do better, we are fully committed to being transparent about all of those efforts. And some of the things that, we do, a lot of our products contain both pre and post-consumer recycled materials. We've worked to reduce our footprint in terms of water usage, energy usage, carbon. We have third-party certifications. We have wildlife areas around a lot of our plants that we support, and we really see ourselves as stewards of the environment. Additionally, it's not just about being committed to the environment, but we're committed to the built environment. We're committed to providing products that contribute to healthy spaces. Part of our transparency efforts are that we never want to be opaque about the materials that are in our products. We are committed to not only creating healthier products, but fully explaining all of the materiality in our products, because we are committed to supporting the health and well-being of the people that work and visit the spaces that you all are designing. And those spaces, kind of like Michael was talking about, they span all different verticals, all different segments. We have products that are developed, specifically constructed and innovated to meet the needs of individual segments. So for example, we build flooring that supports the healing environment, not just for the patients in those environments, but for the people who work in those environments. Flooring that supports ergonomics, flooring with low VOCs, flooring that supports cleanliness and being able to be sanitized in operating rooms, for example. So we have many, many different product collections that are designed specifically for healing environments. We have, again, amazing products that are also designed to go into education and learning environments. We've got innovative products like active lines, where you can select almost any PMS color that you desire that works with your color scheme, and we can have customized LVT printed with this special process that we've developed. And we've created beautiful, beautiful carpet collections that also work perfectly with our LVT collections to really enhance learning environments as we understand the type of environments that students learn best in. We're doing our part to try to create those beautiful environments that promote learning. And working environments, very, very important. We know that the working environment is changing. It's still changing from, pre-COVID times to now post-COVID times. There's a lot of discussion, a lot of interest in what's the future of the workplace. Well, one of the things that we know and believe in the future of workplace is that it is meant to be an engaging place for collaboration and enhancing our work lives, not being a place of, drudgery where you have to go in to be seen. It's about creating environments that people want to visit and want to spend time with their colleagues and support the types of work that they're doing. I think for the first time, people are also really talking about the different ways in which we work, whether it's heads down work, whether it's collaborative work, whether it's, spaces for quiet reflection or spaces for high energy and brainstorming and discussion. We have a variety of products and a variety of categories that can create all of these different types of spaces to truly develop workspaces that work for all of us. We can't forget about retail. Shopping environments as well, I think are changing. And it's not just about aesthetics, but it's also about comfort underfoot and really delivering a beautiful experience so that people feel welcome and want to stay and spend time in those shopping environments. And of course, hospitality, which is near and dear to my heart, but hospitality has its own set of unique needs and requirements. Certainly in recent years, as you can see in this image, hard surface and LVT has made a huge push into the guest room areas of hospitality, which then also really requires a little bit of softness under the bed so that you're not, stepping out onto a cold floor. So how do you create this beautiful residential high-end aesthetic? We have all of the product categories that support the needs of hospitality environments. And even more than that, we make walk-off systems. We have rubber flooring, we have stair treads and wall base. Mannington Commercial has been committed to fully offering flooring solutions, not just product types. We think holistically about projects. We think holistically about our end users' needs. We think holistically about what designers are trying to accomplish. And we have products in all of the categories that support all of these things. And on the next slide, I've listed a few of them. We offer both modular and broadloom carpet, LVT, as well as non-vinyl resilient tile. We have both hetero and homogeneous sheet, rubber tile and sheet, and as I was saying a moment ago, wall base, stair systems, moldings, and all other types of accessories that bring all of these flooring solutions to life. So one of the ways that we do this is through our design process. We take in a lot of information in order to put these beautiful designs out into the marketplace. It's not just about listening to the trends, which we pay close attention to. We pay very close attention to the voice of our customer to understand what designers are asking for, what end users are requiring. But we also engage a program of experiential design. Our designers go out into the world and they immerse themselves in locations, in places, in experiences that really feed their creative vision. And through that, if you go to the next slide, you'll see that it's a process. It's sort of a process of receiving information and then synthesizing all of those things. And then this is experienced through our beautiful designs. Our team is a team of amazing designers who love to go out and explore, and they're constantly taking in information. And additionally, we have other teams. We have a custom solutions team and a design solutions team that also offer a full suite of design services to support you in your project needs. So whether it's a full custom of something that's completely unique for hospitality, for example, or it's a design solution utilizing our products and visualizing them in a way and bringing them together in layouts that frankly really saves time and effort on a designer's behalf. We have full sets of teams that are prepared to do this every single day. Our design solutions group is really, really amazing. So we are always happy to work with designers on any of their requirements for special jobs, no matter how small or large. We're happy to support. And that is about it for us. We would love for you to visit us on our website, our social media, find our products on Material Bank, and engage with us in any of these ways. And of course, if there are any questions, I would love to answer them.
Thank you so much for that, Cindy. I love that your experiential design slide. I feel like as a designer myself and a lot of you on the call, we have a lot of that similar process that we kind of take it and do it in our own shape and form, and just visually seeing that and like kind of the process written down in real handwriting is like, yeah, I relate to that. Like that's a process that you go through to get to a design result. So that was really exciting for me. We do have a really good question. So Jennifer wants to know, will Mannington open the Atlas Mills anytime soon? I miss the higher end patterns with lots of tip, shear, and loop options. And also, when will they do 15-inch or 50-foot goods?
Okay, well, I'll start with the latter half of that question. I do not know the answer, so I will find out. I don't know when we're going to be introducing 50-foot goods, but when Mannington Commercial acquired Atlas Maslin a few years ago, we did absorb all of their library of designs, and a lot of their products are still alive today. We have a beautiful, gorgeous rug program that is really largely built on the Atlas Maslin designs. We're not going to necessarily open their mills again, but they are now part of the Mannington Commercial family. And we have fully integrated, we have converted all of their yarn systems over to our yarn system. But additionally, like I said, we have this gorgeous rug program. We're about to introduce some new a new collection later this year that will be hand loomed, gorgeous 100% New Zealand wool products coming out of India. So we would love to tell you more about our rugs and more about how we've converted all of the Atlas Maslin products over. And again, anything that was part of Atlas is now part of Mannington. And if you don't see something that you're looking for or something that needs to be customized, we can absolutely take care of that as well. But they are fully integrated into Mannington Commercial as part of our family now.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I do have a question for Michael. How much acoustic product does a space need? And I really want to know the answer to this too.
But that really depends on the space, right? Every space is totally different. Even if it's the same square footage, the geometry of the space is different. It depends on how many reflective materials are in the room. But a few important rules of thumb. One, more is better. I've walked into a big interior design agency that had this beautiful open office with like concrete floors and glass walls, and they had like 4 baffles. And I was like, hey guys, it ain't gonna do it. It's not enough. So you need enough material in the space, and it really helps to put things on the wall. Like you want things on opposing walls, and you want things in that kind of critical space, about 3 feet up from the wall, up to about 6 feet, basically where you're talking at, right? Think of the sound waves coming. But we do have, through design services, a team of people that can help you answer that question in a much more specific way for your space. That's what they do all day, every day. So my biggest piece of advice would be to reach out to our design services team, and we'll help you figure it out for whatever project you're working on.
That
I
is
would add that
amazing.
you probably need rugs on the floor as well to help with that.
Rugs on the floor, upholstered furniture, it all helps, right? So it is about like a system of
Right.
materials.
No, and that's a really good point, right? You want to think about it, and of course, as designers, we do, right? But you want to think about it floor to ceiling, left to right, wall to wall, and then everything inside. And also depending on your environment, right? To Cindy's point earlier, if you have rooms that you're designing that are for heads down and quiet thinking, maybe you want that really high acoustical value. Or if you're in this high energy room where you want to be able to hear each other and you want that volume for that excitement. So you also want to think about that use of the room and how many people are going to be in it. So there's so many different variables to take into account.
I'll give you two classic examples. One is a conference room. So we've all been in a conference room where it's really hard to hear people, and if someone's on video, it's like even harder. And that's every meeting now. And every conference room basically has a very hard reflective surface, which is the table. It's mostly table. So you really, in a space like a conference room, you really have to address the walls and the ceiling to compensate for all those reflections coming off the table. And the second example, I worked at Nike for about 10 years, and the original cafeteria at Nike is this beautiful, it's the Jumbo Noise Center, it's this beautiful domed cafeteria, but the acoustics in it were so bad that if you were sitting at one end of the dome, you could hear a conversation from the other end of the dome, like it was being whispered directly into your ear, because there was nothing to address acoustics. They finally, after like 30 years, just redesigned that space last year, and it's that whole interior of the dome now is all acoustic baffles.
It's all important. I feel like the world doesn't know how many decisions designers have to make to really achieve that perfectly designed space. And I'm not even talking about aesthetics. I'm talking about everything else, every other measurement, every other material, every other consideration. Cindy, I do have a question for you regarding your non-vinyl carpet backing. Is that something you offer? Are there different options that you offer? Is there a cost associated with it?
So we have a modular carpet backing called Revolve 2. It is PVC-free, non-vinyl backing that we are really starting to see a lot of traction in. There is no upcharge. There is no difference in lead time. This is becoming a very, very important play for us, and I think for the world at large. And we are hoping that more and more people begin to ask for this type of product and utilize it. We would love to see it more fully utilized, because it's so important for people to understand that there are options around non-PVC products. And we're very, very proud of the Revolve 2 backing, and can be applied to any of our modular carpet. We also have a Revolve 2 cushion backing as well. So yeah, that's a great question. And we would love for people to check that out, especially as many firms are starting to change, the products that are allowed in their libraries, in terms of the materiality and carbon footprint and things that are non-PVC. So we're very proud to offer this backing.
Amazing. Thank you for that.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you again to our panelists for your time and your beautiful presentations, and for our designers and Material Bank members on the call. If you've seen anything today that excites you, inspires you, something that you want to consider for a project that you are working on, you can absolutely check it out on Material Bank and get those samples in your hands Monday morning, depending on your timeline. And if you need anything, you know where to find us. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and thank you again.
Thank you.